Namaskar learners, I am Professor Nishi Sethi. I have worked at Chaudhary Charan Singh, Haryana Agriculture University, Hisar on various capacities and retired as Associate Director Training from Directorate of Extension Education. Learners, in this module, I will tell you few techniques of video production. To start with, the title of the first module is Planning and Scripting for Video Making, and we may call it as a pre-production also, because this is what I am telling you is the part where we have not started yet the production. And the objectives of this lesson are to sensitize teachers, participants about importance of video as teaching tool, and also to make our teachers acquainted with the skills of preparation of video film. So here the focus will be on importance of video film, why it is important, and then steps in video production, and we will also discuss in detail about what is planning and what is scripting, which I expect that our teachers or learners have to do themselves without the much help of the other person. So the word in this field of communication has never seen the role of communication as important as it is today. So this is so because the word has never seen time when there was as much to know, so many people need to know, and so much who want to know as much and so quickly. That is why the importance of communication media, especially through electronic mode, was realized as one of the strong way of communication and information. In present day, instructional video has become the inevitable component of self-learning systems in education, and video is one such tool which has not yet been fully exploited in the Indian educational system. So its ability to overcome limitations of space and time, besides providing rich visual and oral experience in the description of a subject, has been widely recognized in the modern self-learning system of education. So making an educational video can be a great teaching tool or simply a fun way to share your knowledge with the world. Drawing upon sight and sound, an educational video is particularly appealing for auditory and visual learners. So whether you want to reach an audience or millions or an elementary school classroom, educational videos convey information in a powerful and vibrant way. The question arises, why are they useful in teaching learning situation? It's useful because a visual is worth 1,000 words. Therefore, an easily understood video is more useful to some people than reading or even hearing. And pictures can convey many things beyond the facts and statistics. Video is also capable of making us an eyewitness to the events as they happen. Videos provide needed escape and relaxation. Video films break down the barriers of distance and become an extension of our senses. And videos reach people with who would not otherwise participate in processes, including people with disabilities. Even special effort should be made to accommodate hearing disabilities. New ideas and information can be introduced. Videos can describe the steps in a process and can make livelier the presentation of a potentially dull subject. Videos also illustrate different planning scenarios or project alternatives and help people visualize a situation before, during, and after the construction. Videos help ensure that a consistent message is conveyed, and if used video for providing information, it makes sure that some information was provided to all participants or even learners. It is possible in videotapes to rehearse a presentation, review it on tape, and add voice modulation wherever it is required. We can see our posture, our body language, jargon, and use of visual materials. Even subject matter can be taught through videotapes. It can be distributed over a large geographical area and in more than one language. They can frequently be used to clarify a complex process or to supplement an oral presentation. A video is always part of a larger process and can be an element for discussion in a focus group. It can record the points of a view expressed at public meetings and hearings, which can be replayed for analysis and discussion. Videotapes can substitute for field trips. Video CDs are recyclable and changes can be made each time on the same material as per the requirement, that is change of time and as per the change of technology. Then comes how to make video more effective. Videotapes are not two-way. Thus, whenever a video is used in isolation from other techniques as teaching aid, then special provision needs to be made for an individual to respond, and proper care should be taken to make it interactive. So producers sometimes overestimate viewers' attention spans, so making videos too detailed or too long. A good norm is probably 10 to 15 minutes, or heart to heart it can be of 20 minutes. Teachers should smartly define their message concisely with an appropriate level of detail, and different ways in which a message can be treated to produce a video programs are numerous and each has a function. A few of them I am just sharing here are the corporate film. Corporate film is basically where a particular company's profile and achievement are projected. Then comes the commercial or the advertising film. It is either to create market awareness or to sell a product. Institutional or advertising film, it shows public awareness messages, like many universities make their own institutional films. So like that we can make the institutional film also. Training or the instructional film, these films are aid to learning of specific topics. So these are the films which I am going to tell you in detail that how to make these instructional video films. Then comes a documentary. Documentary is basically, it is a truthful representation of a theme or an incidence, like when we talk about anything depicting truth, like Dances of India, or Himalayas or mountains of India, the village profile of a woman. So anything which depicts truth is the documentary. Then when we dramatize that documentary, then we can name it as the docu-dramas. So this is presentation of an actual documented but chronologically how it has been happened. So that happening we just dramatize in this kind of film. Then comes the films for children, like the animation films or cartoon films which we make for the children. Then feature film or the fiction film, these are mainstream commercial cinema which everybody knows about it, but we are not taking that into consideration. So here my focus will be only on the instructional video film. So an educationist needs to answer some of the questions before I proceed to tell you about something. Before the start of any education video film, the number one question is that, do you want to produce educational video film? Are you interested to produce it? Then for whom you want to prepare? What is your mission? What is the linkage of the content, code, treatment for the message to be common to the audience? Fifth question is, what change you want in the behavior of the viewer and watching the video film? Why you want them to watch your video film? Lastly, do you know that you are working as a teacher then as a video producer? So when you will answer these questions, we can proceed further. That is the production of video program. That involves basically the 5 steps. The number 1 is the planning. The number 2 is the scripting. Number 3 is the recording. Number 4 is the editing. And lastly, it is the evaluation. So when we say planning and scripting, so these 2 are the pre-production part. But at the stage of recording, the production basically starts, so we name it as a production part. The post-production phase includes recording, where we are giving it the final shape, and then evaluating the same. So these are basically the 5 steps, but we can divide it into the 3 also, that is the pre-production, production and the post-production. So in this first module, I'll discuss with you the pre-production part, that is the planning and scripting part. So start with the planning part. Planning is done during the pre-production stage and occurs before the camera starts rolling. So production will be free of unnecessary worry by creating storyboards, script, scouting locations and figuring out the budget ahead of time. Thus, it is basically honing your ideas from concept to the finished treatment. Important things that need to be planned beforehand are equipment, shooting location, logistics, production planning, script and outline. I would like to discuss one by one. If you name it as equipment, equipment are the audio and video part, and we can see software and hardware required for the production. So these things are required during the pre-production, needs to be planned well in advance as per the goals of your video. So this will help to plan budget accordingly and will provide you the enough time to acquire any additional equipment required for production. Making video for professional workshop or a classroom requires professional recording with higher quality camcorder and good microphone. However, if you are making video for fun, you may be more comfortable filming on a piece of equipment you already have, such as tablet or smartphone. So thus it is advisable to discuss this with some video experts as technological needs change very fast with advancement of technology. Then comes the shooting location. Location with proper lighting and minimum surrounding noise is important. So consider filming in a location with good natural light during the daytime, or consider bringing your own lights to your filming location so your educational video will have a bright feel. Visit to the shooting location before you start filming will help to determine any issues that may arise during the shooting. So foreseeing potential location problems will save time as well as the money. Thus, it is better to write a brief report on location, and if any permission is required from the authorities, may be taken beforehand. Then comes the logistics. So traveling with your equipment requires planning. Thus, deciding about proper transportation requirements regarding what to bring and scheduling to know what actions to take ahead of time is important. We must ensure that our equipment survive the trip without any damage. Then comes the production planning. Production planning involves budgeting, recruiting the crew and talent, and preparing your sets, props, costumes, anything you require during the shooting time. Through planning will ensure your production runs smoothly. So next is the storyboard or the scripting part. Drafting tools and tips that will assist you in creating your script, storyboard and treatment during the pre-production ensures a solid plan of action before starting the production. So this will help in pre-visualizing the requirements during production by allowing you to focus on the task at hand. So planning should answer the questions pertaining to viewers, objectives, the subject matter, assessment criteria, sequence, treatment, issues to give best results. The first question is here, who will be the learners or your viewers for whom you are making the video film exactly? Maybe if you are making it for the BSc students, then our approach will be the same, and if you are making it for the MSc students or teacher learners, every time the approach will be different. So it is very important to keep the learners in your mind before proceeding it further. So each film has certain parameters, the most basic being the target audience, who will see the film. Therefore, before a film is made, in order to achieve best results, the conditioning and visual education of the audience must be evaluated and understood, otherwise the message would bounce off. So analysis of the target viewers is most important point to be considered. The content and the style of the video is directly dependent on the characteristics of target viewers. So their educational background, their age, their previous knowledge, about the subject, etc. Everything has its own importance, and they are some of the points which needs to be considered while designing an educational video film. Even the approach to the subject, sequencing of the various aspects of the subject, language of the commentary, etc. will be determined after the analysis of the target audience. Target audience analysis becomes helpful when planning a series of instructional videotapes on different aspects of a single topic. However, there are occasions when the target audience is a mix of various types of people. Then the approach may be general and not specific. It is very essential to predetermine the type of viewer for whom the video is meant before undertaking the production of an instructional video. Then the next question is, what are the aims and objectives? Aims and objectives will help in determining the scope of the subject matter to be dealt with in the instructional video. The objectives will aid in defining the priorities of different aspects of the subject matter and their accommodation within a given time frame. While laying down the objectives, while writing down the objectives, it must be ensured that the subject dealt with is not vast and that the treatment at the script stage becomes superficial. So it is better to concentrate on the small segments of a topic in depth so that the viewer understands the subject better. If necessary, the topic can be divided in separate parts for better clarity. Here I'll just give you one example, that here I have taken this as a first module, the planning and the scripting part, and the next recording part I have taken in another module, then editing and evaluation part I have taken in the third module. So I have just made it part so that you better get the clarity of the subject in small segments. So then the third question is, what will be the subject content? According to the objective, selection of content is made. The content can be selected from primary as well as from the secondary sources. Thorough research should be done to confirm the validity of the subject content. What is the learning assessment criteria is the next question. Teaching is done with expected terminal behavior. Similarly, video film is prepared with some expected outcome, and outcome may be from a form of a knowledge gain, or it can be in a form of information gain or entertainment. So whatever the objectives we have set, the outcome will be evaluated on those parameters. Therefore, effort should be made to assess the results of the video film, and it should be confirmed with the expected objectives of your video film. How the subject be sequenced? We should follow logical sequence, and the video film should lead step by step towards the end by following a proper sequence. Beginning of the must be attractive and grab the attention of the audience and introduce them to the subject. The end should be smooth and natural, and effort should be made to leave the significant mark in the minds of the viewers at the end. What will be the treatment given to the message? The message can be treated differently to produce a video film to attain different types of objectives and functions. So as per the availability of the resources and objective of video lesson, selection of any one treatment or combination of treatment can be made. So some of the treatments which we can give to the video film are instructions voice, that is just the straight talk of an instructor, but we are interspread the visuals in between wherever it is required or wherever we have the visuals. The next is the voice-over commentary. Voice-over commentary is actually the arrangement of subject visuals with proper sequencing. Then third is the demonstration come lecture method, that is interactive video with active participation of viewers. Then dramatized presentation, and next is the panel discussion about the subject with the visual support. And whatever method of treatment is adopted, remember that educational video is different from the commercial one. Here the panel discussion can also be done in the two forms, where you can show the dummy audience, and in one the audience can also be there who are interacting with the panel. as I have told you about these approaches which we can select for the video film, that they are like the treatments which we can give to the video film. Basically the two treatments which are generally more commonly used for the educational video film are the instructor voice and the commentary, voice over commentary method. In the instructor voice, where the face of the instructor is dominating, we should take care that the face should not be shown for much longer period of time, and wherever the visuals are available, we must intersect the visuals in between. Even when we are using the voice over commentary method, there also we can show the face of the speaker who is speaking, but it should not be for more than 15 to 20% of the total duration of the video film. So here we must ensure the personality of the person who is instructor, who is presenting in front of the camera, must be presentable, and for the sake of variety we can also give different components to different instructors to bring the variety in the video film. So basically these are the treatments which we can select for our video film. So here this is the part of the planning where we have to select everything from thinking, dreaming about the idea, and then starting about our script which we want to write. So now the next step is the scripting, where we are just writing it on the paper just to give it a final shape. So scripting is basically a video script may be defined as the pre-visualized description of the visual as well as the oral element of a video lesson. Script writing involves the writing out of the complete video lesson in a suitable form. A video script enables each member of a production unit to understand the requirements of a video program, to that each unit member gives of one's best for achieving the overall objective of the program, because everybody will get the idea after reading that particular script and they can also give their ideas. It also helps in sequencing and time management of the various segments of the subject matter, and one will have a clear idea of the total content of the information when it is put down on the paper. But here also there are certain stages which we need to follow when we are writing a script. The first one is the research, then comes the treatment, then outline, sequencing, special effects and animation, storyboard, and of course the last step is review. So research and fact finding here is, it is important to do the research and collect all the facts on the topic on which the video program is being made, keeping the objectives of the video program in mind. Before making an educational video, double check to make sure that the information you will be providing is correct. So you don't know how many people will watch this video. Then comes the treatment. Treatment, I have just told you that how many treatments you can give to your video lesson. So after research, decision has to be made on the treatment of the topic. For educational programs, the treatment will depend upon the resources available with you, and it may be a straight narration with a documentary approach, a studio talk combined with the visuals, or a dramatized presentation. Then comes the outline. It is necessary to write out the details of the program. This is the outline of the program within a rough way. The shape of the program is worked out. Then comes the sequences. Once the outline is worked out, the sequencing is done to make the video program coherent and also interesting to your viewers. So attention must be paid at the sequencing stage to ensure that the viewer is introduced to the subject in the beginning and guided step by step towards the end. So then comes the special effects and animations. The special effects can be added at this stage wherever your camera, whatsoever your camera cannot capture, we need to give special effects. The script will also indicate the special effects and animation required to achieve particular transition to convey an idea effectively. Animations can be used to generate even interest or for things which cannot be recorded otherwise. Special effects like dissolves, fade in, fade out to indicate the passage of time or start or conclude a sequence can also be added. Then comes the storyboard. After writing out the script in written form, a storyboard may be prepared wherein each shot is indicated by a drawing. I have given this storyboard performer in your module also. You can see that and you can fill up that, but that have to be used for single shot. So this sort of storyboard will be very useful for other team members as they know what is included in a particular shot and they can also act accordingly. Lastly, it is review. After completing writing of the video script, it may be reviewed by a person other than the original writer of the script. This will help in making corrections for the improvement of the video program. For educational video program, the recapitalization of the salient points at the end will make a program more effective. Even in the end of our video film, we can just recapitalize some of the highlights also. So the video script consists basically of two columns, that is the video and the audio. These are the most important columns. In the video part, we show the pictures. In the audio, we depict the sound part. The video column describes the images appearing on the television screen. The audio column describes the type of sound coming out along with the particular image. Audio may include music, sound effects, commentary, dialogue, etc. Whereas the video column will indicate the scene or the shot number, type of shots, whether it is a long, medium or close-up shots. I'll just tell you what are these kind of shots also. Angle of the camera, that is the norm, high or even the low, movement of the camera, type of lighting and other effects, etc. The script may also have information about the duration of the each shot or scene. What we do in this case, we just speak out our audio part and just approximately write down the total time taken in speaking that particular part. This enables the working out of the total time of the program and modifying the script. If necessary, if required, specific time, season or month can also be mentioned. This is specifically for the agriculture persons where they have to shoot the crop. So then they have to see what is the sowing time and what is whether it is a rabi crop or the kharif crop. So in that particular case, some season requirement is involved. So we can mention that also at what time we can do the shooting. The video script performer I have just given to you in your module also. If you will see that it has different columns. The number one is the scene or the shot number. Scene or the shot number is basically from where our camera on whatsoever it covers, from on and off. So that is a shot. Then long, medium and close-up shot. This also on your screen I have given a person showing that what is the long shot and what is the short shot. You can see in that the extreme close-up is what and long shot is what. You will have the idea by seeing this visual. But here I have given one thing more, that the line given is just below the knee or above the elbow. So this indicates that where we need to give the cuts. The cuts should never be on the joints. So this care should also be taken. So while preparing the script for a video lesson, some points again need to be taken in care of. That is, plan for a lot of visual elements and remember that a learner is able to grasp better by seeing than by just hearing. And also remember that video is primarily a visual medium. If you have sufficient visual, you should go for a video preparation and use simple sentences that conveys meaning directly. The audio text of video script should also avoid the words like as, follow or foregoing. Few words they appear good when you read it, but when you speak it they are little bit distracting, and so they may appear all right in written, but for the video program we must avoid these words. Then ensure time management of various segments of the subject. Lay down the objectives of the lesson, your video lesson. The objectives can be shown even in the beginning of your video lesson, just to have an idea to your learners that what you are going to teach in this particular video film. And if necessary, ensure that video lesson does not exceed from 15 to 16 minutes duration. If a topic is not fully covered in this particular time, then the video lesson may be in parts or series we can make. Then it is preferably to deal with the subject in a small segment in depth than to have a video lesson on a vast subject and treat it superficially. And avoid long-winded sentences. I mean, essay type approach should be avoided. And don't forget that the visual and oral elements are complementary to each other. Hence, use simple sentences that convey meaning directly, because nobody is using dictionary when watching your TV or listening to the radio. So we have to use simple sentences. Use familiar words. Don't jump from one idea to another without any transition or any connection. Use verbs and active voice, because it's one way of communication. So the active voice will give them the idea they are also involved. And be personal. Say you if need be. Don't use same word too many times. And never use a long word or phrase where a short will do. And presenting something controversially or radically new, don't ignore the old. So we have to relate from the old to the new. And video lesson, video program, instructional video, video film, they all carry same meaning, because I have used these words somewhere video lesson, somewhere video program, somewhere is, because these words are basically used for the instructional video, with the videos which we use just for the teaching purpose. So these are the few points which I feel that you should keep in mind, and as a learner, as a teacher, you are the one who are responsible to make a video film, and planning all depends upon your shoulder, and writing it on a script, that is also your job. So you have to do it. Thank you so much.